When we see mortgage rates come down, we see home prices go up because more buyers come into the market. I was reading this article that I thought was really interesting, and the average home buyer thinks that the median rate for interest is 5.5%, which it's not. It's 7%, just about 7%. But it's really interesting that 5.5%, the perception and how it impacts people's willingness to buy. Because if you believe that the average rate is 5.5%, then that's what you want to buy at. It's not, but that is people's perception. So I think that's really interesting. But I think that when we see rates come to 5.5%, which hopefully they will in the near future, knock on wood. But I do think a lot of buyers are going to enter the market. And of course, supply and demand, that's going to drive up prices. We've got low inventory, so we've got more bidders fighting for the same home.
Yep.
What do you think?
I think definitely. I think that's why it's a really great time to buy now. It's kind of a no-brainer for anybody who's kind of thinking about it, because literally we are having an inventory shortage all the time,
That's
and
true.
It's even worse now because the mortgage rates are so high that nobody wants to sell their house and get out of their old interest rate, their old 3% mortgage. But I do think that we're still going to have a really big inventory problem when the interest rates drop, and it's gonna make prices skyrocket is what I'm predicting. So I think that it's smart for buyers to, if they can swing it now, get into a home and refinance. You can refinance for pretty cheap compared to, what the price of the house will be if you wait.
Yeah.
Right?
Do you think that if rates come down, then more sellers will list their home because they think there's going to be more buyers available?
I do. I think that a big reason why people have not sold their home who are going to be buying another home is because they don't want to trade their mortgage, which is probably at 3%.
Yeah.
Everybody refinanced in the last few years.
Yeah.
They don't want to trade that in for a 7% mortgage, because you'd basically have to downsize.
Yeah.
And to get the same monthly payment. So I do think that people are waiting to sell because they want to buy as well.
Or a lot of those people who own homes currently and want to buy a new one, a lot of them that I'm talking to are trying to find out a way to keep that as a rental.
Right.
So then that also
because
is
it's
impacting the inventory.
Because their payment's so low, they can rent it out and make a good cash flow as rents go up everywhere else.
Yeah.
So that's going to also affect the inventory. So one more reason why you should buy as soon as you can before those prices go up.
Yes, absolutely. And I think something that we can use to help that is our temporary buy down products, right? Just even though I have a client right now, and she's just doing a 1-year temporary buy down, and the seller's paying for it. A 1-year temporary buy down for most people buying a home is probably going to cost less than $4,500. And what that does is it means that for the first year of your mortgage payment, you're paying based off a rate that's 1% lower than your locked in rate. So if you lock in a rate of 6.875, for the first year, your mortgage payments are based off of 5.875. Well, if you're the only person or you're one of two people making an offer on that house, in my opinion, and I'm seeing a lot of, getting a seller credit for $5,000 isn't that big of a deal.
It's not.
And now you've got the home at ask with the seller credit, and you've got a mortgage payment based off a rate under 6. So I just think it's something that people need to be made more aware of, and that would probably open up the door for more buyers to feel comfortable.